Taurus, November, your cards, the keywords are for this month: a little bit of battle, some sadness, some balance, some joy, a bit of delusion, and some justice. Let's see what your cards have to say for you. Your first card is the Seven of Swords. This is about choosing your battles wisely, but also having to walk away from a situation whereby somebody may not have been totally honest with you about certain things. Who's been saying what? Who's been doing what? And why have you had to pick your battles carefully? Perhaps you've been in a situation whereby it's been contentious and it's been trying to draw you out, and it's been a battle of two minds, and somebody has maybe been embellishing a story to make it sound an awful lot better than it really was. Who knew? So, this month, pick up all your swords, because you've spent enough time now trying to work out, trying to sift through what is truth, what isn't truth, what is right, what is wrong. Doesn't matter what it is. You've chosen that battle, but you haven't really achieved what you wanted to achieve, and there's no point going on anymore. Pick up all those swords, put them in your bag, and walk away as quickly as possible, because you're just wasting your energy if you keep trying anymore. And because you're a bit of a bull in a china shop, because you're Taurus, and because you're an earth sign and you're fixed and you don't like change, this is a bit of a difficult task for you, Taurus. But you've got to do it. You've got to help yourself, because if you continue to lock horns with your opposition, you're not going to go anywhere. And really, over the last few weeks in particular, I've been asking you to free yourself up. And this month, it's telling you now, there's no point. There's no point carrying on. There's no point listening to the other stories that really aren't right, that really aren't true. And this card is being backed up by your other card, the Moon. Delusion. Who's pulling the wool over your eyes? You have the Major Arcana and then you have the Minor Arcana. Both of these cards are saying the same thing. Don't be deluded. Stop. You know deep inside yourself what you want, and you know you can't continue in the vein that you have been, and you know you've got to do something different. But continuing in the battle just isn't going to work anymore. You've got to be clear about what you want, you've got to be clear about what you need, and you've got to be clear about how you move forwards. Because for a little while longer, your Two of Pentacles comes in here, and it says that you've got to juggle everything, and there's going to be quite a few people around you who don't like the format that you're now going to adopt. That's a nice change, isn't it? That means you're not people-pleasing anybody. That means you're making progress. I really love that, because people-pleasing, that's about sitting on a rock and being stuck out in the middle of the ocean. But you're not now, because in this picture, in the strangeness of this picture, you're trying to find balance, and you've got the fox's tail there. And that's acting as a stabilisation, but the fox is also a bit cunning and a bit crafty. And you're coming up with a cunning plan, and that plan's going to work very, very nicely. And other people around you really aren't going to like it. It is going to cause some trouble. But we've seen that coming up for a little while. And you've just got to get on and do what you do, because the balance and harmony that you want is going to come in. Because your last card is also the junior to this, the senior to this, because it's your Justice card. So we've got balance here and we've got balance here. Balance and harmony. But the strength of the balance and harmony on your Justice card is really going to hold out, because you're determined. And the lovely thing about you, Taurus, is when you're determined, you're stubborn. And when you made your mind up, and once you put your head down for something, you go for it. And boy, there's nothing stopping you. So these people, these dissenters around you, these ones who are going to be the whinging minis who are not going to like what you're doing, well, never mind. Just leave them. Leave them whinging, because the sea is turbulent where they are. They've got to learn their lessons. And actually, do you know what? By you stepping off their path, because you're not fighting the battle anymore, you're going to free them up so that they can learn their lesson. And boy, are they going to learn some lessons. It's going to be good for them. They might not realise it at the time, but it will be good for them. But actually, you're also learning a lesson too, that you need to do something very different in your life, and you need to start moving forwards. And we know this. And once you do, the happiness and the contentment that you've been wanting for such a long time is coming towards you. This card I'm going to give the label of joy, But sometimes I find the word joy a bit vacuous. It's a bit like happiness. But this is also the card of celebration, and actually traditionally it's the card of marriage. Wherever this wonderful feeling of elation, let's put it that way, because that's how you feel when you get married, elated. Wherever this elation falls, allow it to do something good for you. Because in the background of this picture, we have the castle, and we walk over the bridge to the castle, which means we walk over that river, and the river only flows in one direction, and all the troubles of your past are going to float away, and you're walking forwards to a place where stability becomes key to you. And perhaps this is it, that in the past, and what you've been going through with your Seven of Swords here, is that you haven't had that much stability over quite a while, that it's been a to and fro. Like I've said to you, you've been picking your battles and you've been constantly having a fight. Now you can come into a place where not only have we got the 4 pillars here celebrating the joy and the elation, the ceremony, the marriage. We've got the 4 pillars, which gives us the stability and process that we need, and the one step at a time. We've got the security of the castle. Life is coming into a better phase for you, Taurus. Allow it to happen. And don't be sad from walking away from the past, because you tried, and you know full well you've tried, and there was nothing else you could do. And it wasn't actually your issue. You had a lot of good ideas, you had a lot of good inspiration, you had a good dream about what you wanted to achieve and where you wanted to go. This wasn't down to you, this was down to someone else. That's why you had to pick your battle wisely, but that's why you haven't won the battle. But now you can walk away to something new, because we have a wonderful cup in front of us on this picture. And that means something beautiful is coming towards you, something that you've really been wanting. And that's part of this message on your 4 of Wands. Something that you've been wanting for a very, very long time is finally coming towards you. It's going to bring you the elation that you have so been wanting for a greater part of a very, very long time. It's all happening for you. Allow it to come towards you, because you're not going to be deceived anymore. You've got a lot of loyalty around you. People will understand you, actually a lot more than you realise. And the justice and the balance and the harmony. But not only that, because the justice has her sword, and she knows exactly which direction she wants to go in now. And she knows exactly what she's wanting, exactly how she wants it to happen. You've got it all happening for you, Taurus. This is a big, big shift for you. Enjoy it in the format that it's coming in. You have 2 major arcana. So within November, the 2 weeks in November, there's going to be a lot of changes. And by the end of 2 months, everything is going to be in its place. It may not be the easiest of rides, but you're going to get there. Enjoy this month.